Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. Glad you guys are with me. It looks like Donald Trump has gone after Kim Jong-un. What do you call him, Rocket Man or something like that? I was traveling when that all occurred, and I just know he's taunting him. And Trump is doing exactly what he did during the campaign with other people. He taunts you. He's like, little Rocket Man. And I don't know where it'll end up, but it's kind of funny to watch him, on the international stage embarrassing Kim Jong-un, like, oh, you mean little Rocket Man? Will it work? I think it will. I think Kim Jong-un is not, of course, he's a dictator. He's not used to, certainly in his country, he's a big deal. And I don't know why somebody hasn't, quite frankly, offed him, but that's a whole other conversation. But on the world stage, the dude's a clown. And so I think Trump has just said, look, let's let him keep provoking, but at the appropriate time when things are lined up, we'll take him down. Now let me just tell you what could potentially happen. One, we shut down shut down their country. We have the virus to shut down their country. Next, by being able to do that, they'd have no military, no communications, etc. We'd probably then send in special forces teams that are currently rendezvousing with other Koreans, and I bet you working with the South Koreans in order to take him out. I'm just telling you, this is what I think's underway. And they'll do it at a time when they know that the transfer of power will go to people that the Korean people are willing to accept. Regime change is something that you could definitely consider when it comes to Kim Jong-un. When you talk about it being on the world stage, what puts us on the world stage is the fact that Bill Clinton gave this guy nuclear weapons. We entered a treaty that they completely disregarded, have nuclear weapons, and exactly what people predicted said would happen, which is they would saber rattle. They'd always threaten to use these weapons against peaceful people, Japan, South Korea, etc. What this is going to require is for Japan and South Korea to have a lot less focus on their economies and get ready to wage war. And I'm going to tell you right now, it actually means good things for American military industry. The innovation that we will continue to make in the way of military programs over the next 10 years is going to be phenomenal. This is what I believe. Number one, because Trump is a capitalist and he's saying it is a big part of the capitalist industrial complex, if you want to call it that, the military industrial complex being a subset. It's a big part. Raytheon and Lockheed Martin and companies like that are a huge part of our economy. And if we continue to innovate in war, the better we are at innovation, the fewer wars. It's counterintuitive to some degree. However, it does make sense. If everybody is armed, you tend to go, okay, we're all good. Now, short of nukes, we're going to keep developing. The Moab, you remember the mother of all bombs, things like that. We have to, there has to be something that makes troops afraid to deploy, to want to go to war with us. So between that and, of course, using the economy, I think you're going to see a boost in that. This is just, I probably should be on like Fox Business talking about this, but I think you're going to see a boost here. Because Donald Trump's going to say, we can't police the war. We can't help the war. He did this in Saudi Arabia. What was the size of the contract? It was a big contract. Huge, like $350 million over 10 years. Biggest contract we've written so far. Saudis are bringing in missile protection systems, etc. And the idea is you can protect yourselves. And oh, by the way, if you want this stuff to keep coming, if you want our innovation, you better make sure we don't have any terror attacks. So you need to be using this stuff. We're giving you this stuff to use against dissidents, to use against, the war machine over there. ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Al-Jahab, Al-Jahira, whatever. I don't know what all the names. But whatever they are, you got to fight them. They can't come to our soil. God forbid we have another attack on American soil. I hate to say this, but it probably will happen. But what I'll tell you is, if we play our cards right, there'll be fewer between than they were before. I'm going to go back and look at the frequency of attacks. It was at least one a quarter. Something happened under Obama. I don't know how many, but I'll look. Quite a few, dozens, at least. And I know it's been months since there's been an attack in America. I don't know. Have there been any under President Trump? I'm not sure. I'll look. But you can bet there'll be fewer and farther between because it's a whole different day. And that's how you want measurable wins, do you not? I don't know how you guys feel about it. I don't want to, we've beefed up, because this is what Obama was. We beefed up, national security by doing such and such. And we're going to do this here and that over there. But whatever. But at the end of the day, are we safer? Every time he said something, we were attacked. Trump got to where he could call it. He could call it. He's like, you do this and then they attack you. 2 days later, ISIS attacked us and blah, blah, blah. London, we just had the tube bombing, the subway. Paris. Oh, you guys heard about these 4 American girls who got acid sprayed on them? It's not related to terror. That's what they tell us about everything. We don't know yet. It's not related. And you find out later it was what they were saying about this girl that attacked these 4 American girls is they don't give you the nationality, but they go, all we know is that she's mentally deranged. And I was watching some British BBC or something on it. And I was like, that's all we know? Then why don't you give us her name? Because it's going to be Sayeeda Yashid. Yeah, it isn't Susan Collins that attacked these girls. I mean, I don't even know. Maybe it is, but I don't think so. I'm going to bet you. I promise you guys, my producers are like, come on, I haven't looked at this story. I saw it on TV. That's it. I didn't even know if it would make the radio show. I mean, 4 girls were attacked. They said it was a random attack. Blah, blah. I heard the story. And I just remember my head going, random attack. American girls heard the accent and decided to attack. Who? With acid. Who carries around that? Let me tell you who does acid attacks. Muslims. Muslims do. They do it to their women all the time. They have these roving these guys that make sure if you're not Sharia compliant in your dress, they will spray acid in your face and ruin you. That's what they do. Anyway, we got a lot to talk about. We'll be back. Keep it up.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful 4-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanYourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.